Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Video bandwidth for the GizWiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. Audio bandwidth for the GizWiz is provided by the new Winamp for Android, featuring wireless sync and one-click iTunes import. Now with free daily music downloads and full-length CD listening parties. Download it free at winamp.com/Android. It's time for the GizWiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1375, recorded July 31st, 2012. I'm ready for my close-up. And now, get ready for Dick. All right. Let's make the connection to Dick. And as soon as he's dialed in on the modem, we can begin.
Hello.
Hello.
It's you, Leo.
The weekly daily GizWiz. Daily GizWiz. The weekly daily GizWiz.
It makes its own gravy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to the brand new daily. Well, no, it's not weekly. It's not daily. It's just the GizWiz show. And Dick, I got to put up your special sign. But I need some...
No, wait a minute.
What?
A viewer, you were complaining that the was not... Oh, okay.
Well, there's a the, but that's not the, because we have a new one. This was sent to us by Broman S. Yes. And it is the best the... Well, I don't know if you could. I don't know if we're going to be able to. Can you see this? Look at this.
Oh, my word.
Because I think you and I are in the.
We are.
Is that you and me? And then I don't know what that's. It looks like that's like a handsaw. We're about to participate in one of those logger competitions.
Yeah. Or a guillotine.
Or it could be. It's chopped off our lower half. I don't know what that is.
It could be. I think it's a TWiT guillotine that was also in the basement, but I didn't show that because Lisa said, no, don't show that. That's an employee thing.
Yeah, that's our staff locker room. All right, let me put this on. I think it's a little large, bro, man, but you'll get the idea. We'll just put it right there on the...
Perfect.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the sign...
is in place.
Should I put it up on top? That way they'll never know you're bald. You see, like that.
Perfect.
No, maybe we can get a reduced version, but just for the time.
I can do that.
Yeah. By the way, our new producer, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jason Howell.
Hey, good to be here.
Family.
Thank you. I'm a little afraid.
He's really not sure he wants to be here at all. That C's a little large.
I've got the file. I'll shrink it down.
It seems like it's too big for the GizWiz part. It's
a little bit.
It's like the show's name is The GizWiz. Anyway, good to have you, Jason, on the show. Dick, this is our new format, and already the people are bitching and moaning and whining, saying, "Bring back Leo's studio," and then we don't like this spot. But you know what? I'll tell you why I like it, because we could see the fans lined up outside waiting to see. They're so excited. Well,
where's the fan? I gave him $10 to walk back and forth.
I think he spent it on wine. I don't know. Wait a minute. Here they come. Here's the fan.
Oh boy! Oh, Alfred E. Newman.
He's looking for his watch. He doesn't. Can you give him the sign to hold up there? That way we'll know he's a fan.
Good.
A fan of the show.
Great.
He came here just. He's here for the.
That must be Broman. I guess that's Broman.
That's Broman.
Yeah.
Whatever you do not let him in, okay? Just a word of warning. So, Dick, it's great to see you. How you been? I haven't seen you. Gosh, it feels like 3 days.
Yeah, almost like a week already, doesn't it?
I saw you Sunday. One of the things Dick's been doing, or Saturday, which has been really great, is in the old time slot, the Saturday afternoon time slot, right after the radio show. You've been coming in, and you had fun with the fans. You were doing match game.
The fans are great, and it ends up that like I'm doing an hour show for the chat room, and they're very funny. They're very crazy in that room.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They still
and so
are.
I felt bad that well, about 70% of them said that they could be here on Tuesdays to watch us do this.
Oh.
And I thought, I'll still do something Saturday for them. And they appreciate it.
But,
so.
You're gaining a whole new audience of people who tune in the TWiT programming during the regular Monday through Friday. This is the serious audience, the audience that cares so deeply about technology. And we felt that they would be perfect for this show.
Oh, yeah, exactly. This is the pinnacle of technology.
We do have to lobby for a couple of things. We need new jingles, don't we? Because this says the weekly Daily Business.
Yes. Where are our jingle writers? Right. They have forsaken us.
Well, we got to work on that. We did get the new sign. I'm very excited about that. So the show is no longer the Daily GizWiz. It's no longer the weekly GizWiz. It's just the GizWiz.
Oh, I thought it was the
GizWiz. Dick, for those of you who are new to, new to the world, for newborn babes, Dick is the world's longest-running writer for Mad Magazine. They call him Mad's maddest writer for over 4 decades now. Is your streak still intact?
My streak is intact. Yes, it's something like 413 consecutive issues.
Well, it's funny because you've already done 1,375 consecutive GizWizzes.
Yeah.
So you've done more of those.
Is this the most shows on a Twitch? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You win this one hands down. What is TNT will catch up maybe eventually because now that we're weekly, they're still daily. Jason, what's TNT at now?
Oh, man, it's around
600-something, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have to look it up.
I do
too many dang shows these days.
We don't have to worry about them for like a year or two.
Yeah, they'll catch up eventually.
554.
Right.
554. So that's nothing.
We'll get there. We'll get there yet.
800 shows, and they'll catch up with us.
Oh, yeah. So, and then there could be that terrible accident where the studio burns, and maybe they'll never catch up. Yes, who knows?
Could be.
Hey.
So this show, for those of you who've never seen it before, is we have 2 review shows now. We have Before You Buy, and we have the Daily or the GizWiz. This show is more like the fun stuff. In fact, I'm going to launch on our episode today a new feature.
I love this idea.
Yeah. I'll talk about it when I do Turn the Table Turkey.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
But normally what happens is Dick will show up. He'll have 3 newer gadgets, right? 3 gadgets that just came out.
3 gadgets.
I'll do
and basically the whole premise of the Daily GizWiz is to find unique gadgets that hopefully everybody else hasn't reviewed.
Right.
I mean, time to time I'll find a middle-of-the-road thing because I like it, but normally they're more offbeat, unique things that could be stupid or very useful.
Exactly. And in my case, I do one, the Turn the Table Turkey, which is always stupid and probably useless. And then...
Yes, but it makes the rest of the show look great, which is why I encourage it.
It's all about the bringing the standards down. I'm kind of lowering the bell curve for everybody.
Perfect.
And then the best part, in my opinion, is the end where we do a warehouse pick, which is... I guess, Dick, you've been doing this for so long. You've got tons of stuff in your... warehouse, old gadgets.
Well, you know what? I'm sort of running out of things. I still have stuff, but what we've done is asking the viewers and the listeners to say, you know what? I have a warehouse full of stuff.
Right.
I bet there are a gadget or 2, or in some cases 500 gadgets you have that you can't part with. And can you make a little 2, possibly 3-minute video with your favorite old gadget? Last week, Dr. Mom did it. Dr. Mom, who happens to be sitting right here.
Oh, Dr. Mom. She's in studio with you.
She's in studio, and Joe is here, too.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And so she had a gadget last week, and today's Gadget Warehouse Friday is from another viewer who has a gadget he doesn't want to part with.
And Myra Joyce, who is not there but is in the chat room, says that Dr. Mom should clean the chair after she leaves.
Okay.
That's her.
Yeah,
that's Myra's chair.
Because Myra never does.
Somebody's got to. All right, well, let's start off with gadget number 1.
Okay, I'm calling this episode "I'm Ready for My Close-Up."
Oh.
Because through great expense, I've rigged up a second camera, my close-up camera, and I'm going to start by asking, do you remember what this was?
Okay, it kind of looks like a remote control. It's a key fob, obviously, because it's got that little hole on it and a big button on the bottom, and it's about the size of a fairly large key fob. I'm going to guess that that is the TV Be Gone remote control that would turn off televisions when you go into a bar. How about that? That's my guess.
No, that's pretty close, though. That's pretty close. Okay, it's from Scosche, and this is the old version. This is called Flip and Sync. So this is the idea. So you
You flip
pull,
it.
you pull this guy out. And that's
it's a USB connector.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you pull out this end, and then you separate these two, and you now have a little pocketable USB mini and micro charging
clever.
sync cable. Yeah, okay. So now they have come out with a deluxe version, which looks like this. So it went from flip and sync to click and sync. So, Leah, this is pretty neat. So now it's aluminum, so it's more ruggedized. It has a belt clip so that you can hang it on the clip on your belt or your backpack. And it works kind of the same, where you pull out this end where it's the USB. It's hard to do it down on the table. I'm going to move it out here. And this end so you have 3 devices chargeable with that one little device. Now, the neat thing is they also make one of these for the iPod with the 30-pin connector on one end and USB on the other end. This guy sells on Amazon for under $15. But if you don't mind carrying around the slightly older, more nerdy one, that is now going. Wow, you know what? They just cut to a link where someone wants just $11.33 for it. That's great.
Wow, that's not bad at all. That's the Amazon.
Yeah.
Deal. Wow.
That is amazing. I was going to say the old plastic one is still available and selling for under $10, but
why?
I know for a 30 more. You can get the new one. So the new one is called Clip Sync. And it's from Scosche.
Clip Sync
Clip
from Scosche. And as little as we're seeing it on Amazon, that's the new one, right?
Yeah.
For $11.33 on Amazon.
$11.33. That is pretty amazing.
See, Jason's going to be a very big help here on this show.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. Why is he showing those pictures of people in mini skirts?
That's later. That's later.
I'm looking at the wrong camera. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's your turn to table turkey.
That's coming up. Just stay tuned. Yes. So that's gadget number 1.
Gadget number 1. Now
gadget number 2.
Now, the people at Nocaro were thrilled. Nocaro is the company we talked about, the little Ed light.
Right.
And their whole thing is to get
kerosene. Yeah.
No kerosene to get people in third world. So the guy said, Dick, you know what? We came out with a brand new product, and I'm going to send you one. You'll be one of the first. So this is their second version. This is their second product. That's brand new. So this is called the Ray Cell. I'll flip it over to show you the back. So it's a solar panel, little light up here, 2 lights. Will light up red when it has enough sunlight to start charging.
So the sun's coming in that front part there.
That front part. Okay. So, Leo, this is kind of clever. It's a cell phone charger.
Wow.
And so I'm thinking, how in the world he didn't even ask me. He said, I'll send you one. And I'm saying, well, he didn't even ask me what battery my cell phone takes. So this can actually charge any 3.7 volt removable cell phone or camera battery. Now, I didn't realize that every cell phone that I have that the battery came out of, turns out they're all 3.7 volts. So what you do, but they're all different sizes.
Oh, because they're all USB. Right.
Yes, they're all USB.
That makes sense.
So what you do when you put the battery in, you slide this bar down if the battery is bigger or smaller, and there are all different configurations for batteries. So the little negative and positive prongs slide along. And something else I didn't know, well, you probably do know. And I was thinking, you know what, batteries seem to have 4 terminals on them. How do I know negative and positive? Well, it turns out the 3 batteries I took out of phones and looked at do have little labels to show you where the negative and positive connectors are. So I slid these pins along. I put it out in the yard this morning. It was kind of cloudy today. I ran a phone to 0, my old Droid X. Ran it down to 0. This morning I put the Droid battery in it, put it out in the yard. It was cloudy. As a matter of fact, since I live in a brownstone surrounded by apartments, I have sunlight for 49 seconds a day. So I was out there during those 49 seconds. I left it out there for 3 hours. I came back. It did have enough of a charge to start the phone up, but it only had 30% power.
I'm amazed that will fit any because my batteries are all different shapes. That's awesome.
Yeah,
but you have to leave that out there a long time.
Well, they said. Let me just get it because they actually.
See, I bought last time you did this. I bought it, and I took it. This was a couple of years ago, and I took it out, and it took days.
Oh, Leo, I think you bought the little.
Yeah,
I think it might have been from Scotia also.
Yeah, it took a long time.
Yeah, this has a much bigger panel than that one doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
The real problem is that these panels are only about 5% efficient. So unless you want to carry something 6 feet by 6 feet in your pocket.
Okay. Well, according to Nocero, the race cell can charge in bright sunlight an 800 milliamp battery in as little as 4 hours.
Yeah, it's not expensive. It's $20.
It's $20. Yeah. And also they said that very few parts it is...
Will it go to subsidize their no kerosene?
Yes, exactly.
So this is also for a good cause. If you go to nokero.com and read up what they're up to, it's really quite amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, the object is to sell them to us for a very reasonable price, $20. Right. But what they hope to do is that a corporation might go in and buy 1,000 of them, which they can send to a third world country, so that they don't use kerosene or they don't have to use bicycles or any kind of gasoline to go to a place to get it charged up, because as we said last time, and you were amazed, and I looked on the website and it was true, that 50% of people in third world nations who have cell phones don't have electric.
It's amazing. It's
amazing. So they have to use power to go someplace to charge their phone. So to get a very reasonable, very easy way to charge batteries and a whole bunch of different sizes of batteries for $20 is a good deal.
Yeah. And, in a case like that, having something that might take a day or two to do a full charge is not the end of the world.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That's cool. All right. So
yes. That's again, the battery has to be removable from your cell phone.
Right.
So, like, the iPhones and everything.
Right.
Yeah. Nope.
But I don't think if you have no electricity, I doubt that you also have an iPhone. It's like, I think it probably is likely you have an inexpensive phone.
Yes.
If you're living somewhere where there's no electricity at all.
You are correct.
Yeah. All right. That is gadget number 2. I know you're all excited because we're getting close to the big turn-the-table turkey gadget.
Oh, yeah.
The highlight of the show.
Is it that good? Should I just leave out 3 and jump right to yours? Is it that exciting?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
But it is the highlight of the show.
Okay. Is it made of wood?
I'm not telling.
All right.
It might give you wood. But first, your gadget. Gadget number 3, Mr. Dick DeBartolo.
Okay, from the endless Christmas in June and July show.
God, that is endless. How many gadgets did you get there? This is more.
Well, you know what? I did a whole spot for ABC's World News Now with gadgets from those shows.
Yeah.
Well, it's because the magazines want to show they need to get their Christmas gift guides together in August and September. So Wall has a very interesting, I'm just going to show you this on my regular camera here.
That's a razor blade. What is that? It looks like a Gillette.
You know what? It does look like that. It's called the Wall Lithium Ion Plus, otherwise known as Model 9818.
Oh, it's an electric razor then.
Electric razor. Well, except, Leo, it has 22, count them. You really should go to college to learn how to use this. 22 attachments so you can do your hair, your nose, your ears, your mustache.
Wow. So let me see. Just do your hair. Oh, you already did.
Dennis did. Dennis.
It looks fabulous.
Did this morning.
Did he oil it up afterwards? Because it's a little bit shiny. Just a tad.
Yeah, well, you know what he said? No, that was to cover the gray.
It works. I don't see any gray at all.
No gray at all.
That really worked. That's quite amazing. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, for about a year now, he's been giving me the haircuts because it saved $25. What does a haircut cost there? $20 here.
Oh, $55 for my haircut. But I have an extra super duper.
Hair.
I have hair. That makes it a little more expensive. What do you do for your mustache? It doesn't look like much at all, really. You
know what? I just use a little comb and I trim it
scissors.
with a because I don't want to get an electric device and, destroy my trade. Destroy my trade.
So you cut your mustache like some girls cut their bangs. You comb it down and then you just do a straight trim right across like that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then sometimes Dennis comes down and goes, your mustache is 4 inches longer on the right.
Well, that's the hard part because you got to get so Dick, if you've never seen this show, you've only listened, you may not know Dick has, what do you call that style? It's a bit like handlebar mustache?
Yeah, handlebar.
So his mustache, and so it is important that each side, unless your face is a little lopsided, actually.
My face is lopsided.
Oh, well, there's the problem. There's no way you're going to get that because he's...
No, every once in a while, someone in the chat room will type, I can't stand it. His mustache is longer on the left than the right. Please help me. It does not bother me.
How long have you ever not had like when you were 15, did you have that mustache?
No, I grew a mustache, about 25 years ago.
Wow.
So
it's fairly recent. That's fairly recent.
Yeah. In a mini boating accident where I was not driving, but somebody hit a wave the wrong way.
Yeah.
And I went forward and hit the crash bar and knocked a tooth through my lip.
So there's a scar under there somewhere? Or is there a tooth under there?
Well, there was a tooth which came out, but then there was stitches and I couldn't shave.
Yeah.
And then I suddenly thought, you know what? I used to be so self-conscious about being bald. And when I grew the mustache, I thought, I can grow hair. I just don't have the choice of where it goes. Yeah.
I got the same thing that comes straight out of my ears. I don't know. It's like, is it moving? Is that what happens? Is as you get older, the hair moves to different positions?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I just tell people I was, doing a lot of exercise and I jump up and down a lot and it just kept working its way down. And I thought, okay, let it stay where it wants to be.
So that's the Wall. What do you call it?
Okay, so this is the Wall 9818.
It's very beautiful looking.
It's beautiful. Now, I'll tell you, I had a problem, and one other person on Amazon had the same problem, where the off switch, you have to hit it like 10 times before it goes off. Just one other person had it. But I'll give you a little workaround, okay?
All right.
And wait, just go back to my close-up camera.
Let's get the close-up cam. This is
because I said I'm calling this episode, I'm ready for my close-up now.
Yeah.
This is your workaround.
That's a screw.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What is that?
Okay. This comes with your Wall device, and what it is...
It's for turning it off and on?
Leo, it goes in the bottom of the device when you travel.
Okay.
So that if you throw a lot of stuff in your luggage and something falls on top of the switch, without that little pin, the switch cannot work. So what I decided to do, until I tell the people at Wall I'm having trouble with the switch, is when it's time to shut it off,
plug it in there.
I just plug it in and it instantly goes on.
Dick, this is not exactly a sterling recommendation for this.
Well, you know
mustache.
what? I wanted to tell people.
It's beautiful looking, and it's lithium ion.
Absolutely. You know, and it lights up blue when it's on, and
it makes a buzzing noise. It looks like it's got the TWiT logo on it, which is I like.
You know, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
A couple of neat things. One is it doesn't run when plugged in. However, if you forget to charge it, it goes into. It goes into no. If you plug it in, it won't run when it's plugged in.
Okay.
But when plugged in, a dead battery, in 1 minute it'll give you a charge for 3 minutes. So you can do a quick touch up if you want to. If not, it'll charge it up and it'll run for 4 hours. It comes with every conceivable attachment. All in all, I think once I get my little switch thing solved. List price is $70, but it's on Amazon for under. Oh, there you go.
$54.97.
Jason's very good at
I
finding
know.
good.
We got the A team on this show now. In fact, you and I should just leave and let Jason run.
Yeah, check what else.
Maybe Jason and John can just do the show. The weeks that you're away, you're going on a cruise for 19 weeks or something in the fall.
Check out what else we found.
Look
here.
at this.
Huh?
Look at this. This is
Oh
a
my-
match game
oh
reunion.
my-
Gene Rayburn, and I think you were inspired by Geraldo Rivera for that mustache. Look at that.
Yes.
That is a young. That is 25 years ago, probably, right?
It is. It was a game show. It was a reunion of old game show hosts.
Wow.
And
Wait a minute. Geraldo did a game show?
No. He did a tribute to game show hosts.
It was his show. I get it.
Yeah, his show, and he had like 3 20-minute segments and.
God, I love Gene Rayburn. He was my favorite. I loved the match game. And, of course, now that I know that you wrote it, I understand why I loved it. It had that Mad Magazine sensibility.
Yeah, but you know what? You would be a great game show host.
I could do it. Wait a minute. Let me
No,
just...
you could,
let's just
because
pretend-
Rayburn...
Because he would hold his microphone down here. He was very...
Yeah, like that.
So, and then Richard Dawkins, he would say, Richard... and he was always a little sloshed, it seemed like. I mean, I might be wrong.
Well, only the afternoon shows, because, they drink at lunch hour.
So you'd want to watch, I gather they did 5 shows in one day, right?
Yes, exactly.
So you'd want to watch Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday are good.
Richard, that was fun. I loved that show, but for me, it's the association with being sick, because I wouldn't get to see game shows unless I was home sick from school, right? So all of those shows, the association for me is Campbell's tomato soup, a grilled cheese sandwich, and throwing up uncontrollably. So I think that's...
Now, wait a minute. Match game was on at 4 p.m.
I had a late school.
Oh, okay.
No. Was it really? It was 4 p.m.? Wow.
Yeah, and the ratings were exceptional for years and years, and then... They put it on at 11 in the morning, and the ratings were way, way lower. And they figured out, oh, my God, it's kids after school love this show.
That's exactly why we moved this show to Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, because we figured it'd just kill the ratings absolutely, completely outright.
Oh, yeah.
Leon looks under his desk to find some crap to share.
Oh, look, I found some really crappy stuff here.
Dick says, let's fork away. It's turn the table Tuesday.
Now, I got to tell you, Dickie D. Hello.
Yes.
How are you? I got to tell you. This is something we've. I don't think I've ever done an iBook. Have I ever done an iBook on this show? I don't think I have.
No, you haven't.
But this book is so exceptional. Have you read 50 Shades of Grey? Have you read that book yet?
No.
Okay.
No. I read 13 Shades of Blue.
Well,
and that
good
was
book,
it.
but not a bestseller.
No, not a bestseller. No, it's not.
So 50 Shades of Grey, for those who don't know, is the publishing phenomenon of 2012. 3 volumes. It's a romance novel. Basically, it's about a young girl who gets introduced to the ways of love by an older, very handsome, rich man. It's kind of the Sarah Lane story. And it's very sexy. It's definitely not PG or R. It's not quite X. It's somewhere in between. But it's very sexy. But it is a publishing phenomenon. In fact, I just found out that my good friend Dana Brunetti, the Hollywood producer, just optioned that book and is going to make the movie for Focus Pictures, Universal, of 50 Shades of Grey, or Paramount. Anyway, Focus Film, of 50 Shades of Grey. So there's a lot of excitement over this. And if you go to the iBooks store and look, you'll see there that number 1, number 2, and number 3 best-selling books on the iBook store are 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. But if you bought all 3, it would be $30, Dick. And so my pick today is something that's going to save you money, because if you go to item 4 on the list, the 4th best-selling book on iBooks right now, it's just a fabulous book. It's called The Diamond Club, a novel, 99 cents.
Oh, I'm going to option that. You know what? I did option it, Leo. I was able to get the movie option for it for $4.99.
It is an awesome. Now, this is adult, very adult.
Okay.
I'll just read the description for you. It's by Patricia Harkins Bradley. And
she's one of my favorite writers.
Well, and she's a big fan of the show. In fact, somewhere I have her picture. I'll show you her picture because you might recognize her. But when Brianna Young discovers that Roman Dial, the man she built a relationship and a multi-million-dollar company with, has gotten married to another woman behind her back, she embarks on a journey to realize her dreams of professional and sexual revenge for everything she has endured at the hands of Roman. She goes to the Diamond Club, a San Francisco gathering of the Bay Area's most interesting and attractive people, from angel investors to airline pilots, world-famous chefs to dubstep artists. It is, according to this phony review, gripping and emotionally charged. And I got to tell you, if you just look at the cover of this novel, you will realize that this is, and there she is, by the way, Patricia Harkins. Yeah.
I recognize her. She always had this terrible 5 o'clock shadow, but just on the one side.
Oh, let me tell. Now, can I let you in on a little joke? There's a great story behind this. This was created by our show, by Brian Brushwood and Justin Robert Young of the NSFW show. It's crowdsourced. Now, I think Justin wrote the first chapter, but everything else has been written by the fans, 241 pages. The idea was they were going to punk the iTunes bookstore and sell it for 99 cents, and you notice they are now number 4. The only things beating this are the 50 Shades of Grey novels themselves.
Great.
And our only goal, their goal, I can't take responsibility for this. In fact, I think the lawyers would suggest I disavow all knowledge of this. Their goal is to at least beat one of those 50 Shades of Grey trilogy novels. So here's the deal. You got to go to iTunes. You got to go to the books, and you've got to order it 99 cents. Absolutely not for the kids. It is very romantic. It is perhaps the funniest book. I've only read the first chapter, and I was howling, especially if you've read the 50 Shades of Grey. It is actually a brilliant parody of it. It's very, very funny. And I just want to commend Justin Robert Young and Brian Brushwood for just 1,218 5-star ratings for this thing. I highly recommend it. But again, only if you are an adult. And don't pay any attention to the fact that it says it's 31 pages. I think it's actually growing. It's getting bigger. Even as we speak, it seems to be getting larger and larger, this book. It was started at 31 pages, now 241 pages. I think the sky's the limit. It could go, God knows how big this thing. It could get huge. So we want to make it as big as possible. You can help make this big. The chat realm deserves a lot of credit, absolutely. They wrote most of the book. And I have to say, it is hysterical. The money, I should explain, the money does not go to charity. The money goes to a party. They're going to have a big party at Dragon Con at the end of August, early September for NSFW fans. And all the proceeds, and I've got to think they've raised thousands of dollars by now if they're the number 4 book of all books on the iBook store. They're going to have some massive party. Wow. Anyway, that's my pick.
I think that's super. I think that's super.
The other thing I wanted to mention, we're going to start a new segment on this show.
Oh, this is good. Yeah. I like this idea.
I think, unless the lawyers get mad at me, we're going to call this Crap We Found on Sky Mall. And I got the...
Now, how about crap we found in an airline magazine
catalog that you.
Yes,
so,
yeah, exactly.
I got the idea because, you know, if you've ever flown, you know that there's always a catalog, a SkyMall catalog in the back seat of the plane along with the vomit bag, perfectly adjusted. And if you pick it up, you'll go, what, they make that? They make that? It's the most amazing. Now, you've told me that really what SkyMall is Hammaker, Schlemmer, and Brookstone, and a bunch of other people each get a few pages.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you can
Did Lisa talk to you about their contract, about signing on with a $5 million deal?
I love SkyMall. It is one of the best things ever.
Amazing. Yeah, you would have to go far and wide.
So here's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to go each week to skymall.com or pick up a catalog if you're on an airplane, and I'm going to look and I'm going to find 3 great products. You can choose some and send them to me if you want, but in this case, I've already done it. So I'm going to show you these 3 great products, and then we're going to have a vote, and you're going to tell me which one we are going to buy and review on next week's Daily GizWiz as my Turn the Table Turkey. Crap
excellent.
We found on SkyMall. So here's the 3 choices right now on Sky. These are the ones I picked to begin us. This is one of the choices. I'll show you where you can vote. The Grand Trunk Collapsible Stool. So for somebody who's burst 3 balls, this seems like a bad idea. But that's one, okay? The Grand Trunk.
Wait, is there like a compartment under there to put stuff?
We'll find out.
Oh, okay.
But only if we order this. Item 2, and I'll show you where you can vote on this, the iPhone lens and tripod kit. Okay, this is $35. It is, it's actually for that price, if it's good, it might be really good. The iPhone lens and tripod kit. And then finally, Orbit wheels.
Oh, I have my choice. I have mine.
Orbit wheels, a cross between a skateboard and an inline skate. Now, just a word of warning. If we buy these, I will have to wear them and test them.
Are you trying to...
I don't want you to vote for this over my dead body.
Well, that's what will happen.
So here's the straw poll address. If you want to vote for this, one of the NSFW fans, I'll tell you, if we didn't have NSFW, I don't know what we do. One of the NSFW fans, Dan Dirks, created this straw poll. This is the vote address. Write this down. strawpoll.me/1189. /1189. Which SkyMall gadget would you like Leo to review next on the GizWiz? The iPhone lens and tripod kit, the Grand Trunk collapsible stool, or Orbit wheels? And you can vote, and we will... Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. We will tally the votes, and we will, at the end of the week... oh, dear, this isn't going well at all. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, everybody should go vote for that Grand Trunk collapsible stool. I think that's just...
Wow. 2 votes, so your mother's in there now.
So, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So the vote is continuing at straw... That's a little worse than I thought. Strawpoll.me 1189. Strawpoll.me /1189, and whatever you pick, whatever you vote for, that's what
it's only 89% of the votes. It's
getting better. It's getting better. A few people want me to rate this iPhone lens and tripod kit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's back to 89% for the wheels.
Look at it go.
258, 96, 600, 300. It's just too many. I can't even keep track of the votes. But we will keep this open, so maybe cooler heads will prevail. Strawpoll.me /1189. Cast your vote, and whatever it is that you want me to rate on the next GizWiz show, that is what I will review. It's our brand new segment, Crap We Found on SkyMall. And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Wait a minute, Leo.
Wait. Pause. Yes?
I'm going to introduce a quickie little segment for you.
Oh, good.
For you.
Oh, good.
Okay? It's going to be called Can You Get the Price Right? Not The Price is Right. Can you get the price right?
I love this.
So go to my close-up camera.
Okay. We're going to look at an object.
Okay. Okay, there is a man using...
That looks like a North Star Advantage. I think I had that computer.
Well, wait a minute. It's the TSR-80
the TRS-80.
Model 3 desktop computer from Radio Shack.
Yep.
I can tell you it was... this is the 1980 catalog. What we're going... I'll give you the stats. I want you to tell me the price.
Okay, I'm not looking because I think the chat room will start saying prices, and I don't want to be influenced. Go ahead.
Okay, right, yeah. So just look at the picture because I suddenly realized you could find out. Okay, so
I'm not looking.
It has
an
amazing 48K memory.
48K RAM. Okay, yes.
RAM, okay. 2 double density disk drives.
Not 1, 2. That would make it quad density. All right.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
A 12-inch video monitor that can display upper and lowercase characters.
Not many computers could do that in that era.
No. Okay. Right. And it is a complete business system. You just add the modem, the printer, and some more.
And software. But other than that, everything you need is in that system. Everything you need.
And can you get the price right?
Wow. What's the operating system? Is it DOS? Is it CPM?
It's their own system.
It's trash DOS. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
TRS-80 Model 3. I had that. I played with that computer. I didn't own it. I would not have ever bought it. Okay. That was the computer, by the way, that you had to be very careful and touch something metal before you touched it, because if, by heaven forfend, a static discharge hit that computer, shot the hell, the whole thing. And you'd have to send it back. It just broken. It was famous for that. It was very sensitive to static. I'm going to say $1,689. How much?
And it was $24.95.
And if you want an RS-232 cable, another $19.95. Wow, right. $2,495.
And you could add a disk drive for another $499 if you wanted an external disk drive.
Wow. Actually, that probably was considered a deal, though. $2,500 in those days.
Yeah. But 48K memory, is that a riot? My watch has 5 times that memory.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. Andrew Johnson sent me this, and he's Texan in the chat room.
I would guess that a lot of our audience cut their teeth on the Model 3. I would just be my guess.
I cut my hand on the catalog, but I think that was just a paper thing.
It was just dangerous. All right. Now are you ready to take a walk through Midtown Manhattan? We go up Amsterdam Avenue. We hang a left at the Netherlands, take a right at the Dike, watch the boy with his finger in the Dike, then turn right once again onto 7th Avenue, the Avenue of the South Americas. You'll be marching down that avenue, wave at the Irish people parading for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. They've been doing that since 1872. Just amazing. They paint the whole street green every year. And then here we are. We come up to a giant stone structure. Right in front, there's a guy with a spear and a Beefeater's costume. He says, "Who goes there?" And you say, "Me. I'm here for Dick's Gadget Warehouse."
They're geeky and they're goofy. Together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Actually, that Model 3 would be a great visitor to the Gadget Warehouse.
Yeah. Well, you know what's coming your way soon? Larry Gerson is sending you his complete Atari system.
I'm so excited about this.
You know, you could open that on the show as a Gadget Warehouse.
Because he's not just sending me, it's an Atari ST.
Yes.
And he's not just sending me that. He's sending me it's got a ton of stuff, right? What else is he sending?
He has the disk drives. He has...
Is there software? Are there cartridges? Because there's only one thing I really want, and that's the Star Raiders cartridge. If Larry has the Star Raiders cartridge, make sure you include that, Larry. He's apparently, it's like, how many boxes? He said like a bunch of boxes.
He says there are 5 boxes set to go. He said, "Dick, should I bring them to your apartment so you can send them to Leo?" I said, "Please, dear God, no."
Now,
he said, however, I will take them to a place and send them out.
How much is that going to, because I said I'd pay the,
well, you know what, I'm going to tell him, like, if you have a UPS number to use, truck You know, it doesn't matter if it
Slow
gets there
boat
in
to China.
10 days.
The cheapest way possible.
Yeah,
Send it media mail. I don't care. Cheapest way possible.
That's going to be tricky.
I am looking forward to that, though, and I'll set that up because there were some great games. Now, my first computer was, and yours too, I think, was an Atari, right?
Yes, mine was the 400. No, I didn't buy the 400 because it had that crappy keyboard.
You're right. I bought the 400.
Yeah.
the 800.
Yes, the 800.
So you got the 800, yeah.
And it was $799. And I said, how much is this drive? And he said, $599. And I said, how much is the cassette player drive?
I had a cassette player.
Yeah, $99. Yeah. You could load a program in under 5 minutes with the cassette drive.
The cassette player was so horrible because half the time it would fail. And that was how you would save and restore programs. So I would get, there was this, remember Compute Magazine or Atari Magazine? And you'd open it up and you'd type in programs. It would page after page of type. Sometimes it wouldn't even be basic. It would be just numbers. You type numbers.
Machine code. You were dedicated if you were doing the machine code.
Type that in like crazy. And then it'll run, but if you ever want to run it again, you have to save it out, and it would fail 9 times out of 10. And by the way, I think this was all a conspiracy to get you to buy the $600 disk drive, frankly.
Probably, yeah.
Well, this will be fun. The Atari ST was a little bit later, a little bit nicer, but it'll be fun to have that in our museum here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that.
So our gadget warehouse today is not from my warehouse, but I just love hearing you just remembering every little direction. I took you there once, and you remember every
I could get there. Boy, I remember that thing with the Irish people going to the green street, and then they were wearing Easter bonnets for some reason. I didn't understand that.
Yeah, every detail is like burned into your memory. You just... You're fantastic. You're fantastic, Leo. You outside of having the city, the avenue, the people, and the location right, everything else was perfect.
It's New Amsterdam, right? New Amsterdam, New York.
New Amsterdam. Yeah, exactly.
I love that town. That's a toddling town.
So Chris Glass, this is from him. I'll read you what he said. He said, "Are you desperate for content?
Yes.
I'll be glad to.
Why would you think that? Where would you ever get that idea?"
Well, Chris says, I have my own treasure trove of old gadgets to dig up. I deliberately tried to keep the production quality lower using my basic webcam. And my item is, well, I won't tell you what the item is. So, Jason, roll Chris's video.
Hi, GizWiz watchers. Today, I'd like to review a gadget for you. My name's Chris Glass, and I brought with me the Sega IR7000.
Ooh.
Got it some years back at Toys R Us. I remember the price distinctly. It was $70 because it was 7,000 pennies. It looks like a simple basic PDA. It's released about $94.95. It came with an instruction manual that was about this thick. Basically, like if you had a credit card stack, the thickness of a Bible. It came in about 7 different languages. And it looks like a basic PDA, but you could do IR and battle friends and total stuff that any kid needed to do. So you can see here the basic fun interface. So you can keep your business phones, your private phones, the date and time, even a calendar.
Amazing icons.
Let's see what today's date is. Yeah, I even set it up for today. And hello GizWiz. And if I go back, I could even set a password or do currency exchange. But it's on some old currencies here. As you can see, it's still on some old currency exchange rates that aren't really so
if
prevalent
only those
anymore.
are still true, huh?
$1 to half a pound, or Deutschmarks, or francs. Or,
God, it doesn't even have euros.
Too bad it's a little old for that. Wish those days still existed. And, you could even write memos to yourself if you were that crazy. But it was kind of a complicated interface. And to even put in periods and commas, you had to go to a separate off menu, much like the calculators. But the cool part was battling. And what you did was you actually picked a character. You made your own face with people you made in your phone book. And you randomly fought them. And I'm actually fighting right now. You have little control over it.
What?
You think you have control, but, the best you can do is make a face and hope it's stronger than the other one, typically. But there was no real control over that. And as you can see, they cheated all the time to restore their health. So, it was a fun device to play with. I even convinced 2 or 3 of my friends in class to get it so we could beam messages to each other in class. Although, you really have to wonder what the point of that is when it's over infrared. So that's my little quickie review of the Sega IR7000. Hope you liked it.
That's exactly what we're looking for. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Exactly. So if you have a gadget or you bought a piece of crap or you want to tell us about it, great. It's right on the screen. Send your video links. Put them up on YouTube. 2 to 3 minutes. GizWiz at TWiT.tv. Or if you invented something that you can show us. We're not going to market it for you, but just the fact that we pick your video, you'll have 5 people who might, 5 or 6 people who might say.
Look what we've done for all of the amazing products.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We've put several companies out of business by mocking their product.
So don't forget, next week, crap we found on Sky Mall. If you go to strawpoll.me.
Let's see. Can we go back to the voting for a minute?
Yeah, let's check out the voting, see how it's going. Strawpoll.me/1189. Cast your votes for the Orbit wheels, not really, or the iPhone lens and tripod kit, or the Grand Trunk collapsible stool. I mistyped that. And just go in there, run in there now, because we're going to keep that poll open until we get the right answer. Strawpoll.me/1189. What Sky Mall gadget would you like Leo to review on the next GizWiz? And if you have a gadget you would like us to put in we're always going to have a vote. But I'll need 3 for next week. So if there's something you saw on Sky Mall that you really would like a review of, you can always email Dick, because he's so much more accessible, and he'll tell me. Right? I don't know.
If you want.
GizWiz at TWiT.tv. You're already getting email. GizWiz at TWiT.tv. And if there's something, because I would, I'm just picking stuff at random out of the catalog, but maybe there's something you would really, really like to see. GizWiz at TWiT.tv. GizWiz is spelled STR523976.
No,
right?
we've shortened it, Leo. No, we've shortened it now.
Oh, it's shorter now?
You know what? Jason said that he was able to actually get the letter. He said that G was not available on the internet.
Oh.
That too many people had used
Everybody's used G, yeah.
Yeah, but he said, Dick, if you send me $100, I can just out and out buy it. So he did. I sent him the 100. Yeah.
Good man. Good man.
So we're back to GizWiz, GizWiz at TWiT.tv.
And it's GizWiz.Biz is Dick's website, a great place to go for notes about all the products we mentioned, and, of course, to play the What the Heck Is It contest. If you scroll down to that What the Heck Is It, there's still a chance to win an autographed copy of Mad Magazine. If you can identify that, you'll get the September-October issue of Mad Magazine autographed. Actually, I should be clear about this. There are 12 autographed copies of Mad Magazine for the right answer. There are 24 for the wrong answer. So don't feel that you have to in any way be correct. Just clever.
Is correct.
All right.
Well, and someone in the chat room is saying, what, there's no letter today? There's no letter today?
Wait a minute. Of course there's a letter today.
Yeah, there is.
Is there a letter?
Letter. Yes.
Huh?
So we need a letter theme.
Hold on, slow down. Just answer this one question, because if you don't answer this correctly, then the whole thing. Is there a letter today?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Now.
Wow. I'm exhausted. I'm glad this comes at the end of the show.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. This comes from John M. States.
Yes.
Now, I'll read it to you, but I already downloaded this app, even though I read it after my trip to Petaluma last week.
Okay.
I have an app suggestion for your trip to the Brick House. It's called Sit or Squat by Charmin. And
by Charmin, wait a minute. By Charmin, the toilet tissue people?
Yes, Leo, this is a great app. It's like Gas Buddy that you mentioned some time ago. When you're out in California, please review the TWiT bathrooms for those of us who want to visit someday. So sit or squat, you just type in the zip code you're in, and it lists every single place where you can find a restroom.
That actually is for people over a certain age.
Yes, for
very
people over
handy.
50. This is very, very good.
It's funny. You can't actually enter the site unless you have. It says we need to confirm that you've been potty trained, and you have to enter in your birth date.
Yes.
Well, I definitely. Well, you know, this is a funny thing. If you go too far back, you can't get in either. So really, the trick is to get somewhere right in the middle there. Okay. Wow, this is complicated.
No kidding.
Look at that. Just to get into Sit or Squat, you've got to join Facebook, and you can leave comments, and you can actually. It's cool because you can review bathrooms as well.
Yeah, you can. I don't think you have to join though, right? Because I just typed in a zip code and it gave me.
Well, look at this. If you go to Busy Bees Exxon in Lake City, Florida, their suggestion is don't sit. That's good. That's handy to know.
That's very funny. Oh, I see. He wanted me to do it so I could review your restroom.
Oh, well, the truth is the men's room right now, not so good.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
let me just put it this way: when they say waterless urinal, bad idea.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Well, you know what?
It's not working
It's very disconcerting because when you walk in the big water pipe where the flush handle would be, it's just a big pipe that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
So you tend, I don't know if everybody does it, to pee in the waste paper basket.
That's
which is
probably the problem. Right?
Yeah, that's
right
basically what I've been doing for the past 5 trips.
I think the big sign that says drains to the river on the urinal is probably a deterrent.
Yeah,
I'm
it could
thinking.
be. It could be.
Yeah.
You know, why on the door, why don't you just say download, sit, or squat
First.
and go elsewhere?
I love it. So thank you. That's our letter of the week. And by the way, it's online at sitorsquat.com as well as on your iPhone. Don't sit on your iPhone. Don't even squat on your iPhone. It's not.
No, neither.
We got a new time for the GizWiz. Not just a new name, the GizWiz. We also have a new time. You can catch the GizWiz on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 2000 UTC on twit.tv. We do like it if you're, in the chat room and watching live, because then we can talk back to you or pretend to ignore you. But you can also watch after the fact. We make on-demand versions in audio and video available after the fact at twit.tv/DGW. Dick's site is GizWiz.Biz. We thank you.
And if
for
you
being
want to
here.
come to Disneyland, Dick at GizWiz.Biz.
Oh, that's
Dr. Mom is here today.
good. All
Joe
right.
is here today.
And I don't know, the straw poll seems to be frozen. What?
I'm hoping my roommate's watching this.
Oh, Joe's roommate's watching, so we're going to let him wave.
I said I'm hoping he's watching it because he's a big fan of the show.
Okay.
Well, you better watch it.
Joe.
There's
He's
Joe
watching.
and there's Dr. Mom. You
Joe.
figure out which is which.
Right.
I told you I was on the Giz Wiz.
Oh, boy. That's going to end well.
Nice.
Thank you, Dick. I think we'll leave you now, Dick. Thanks so much.
Okay, bye.
And we'll
Take
see
care.
you next time. Will you be back here next week?
I will be here.
You better. Take care. Bye-bye, Dickie.
Weekly daily Giz Wiz, a weekly Giz Wiz, a lousy thing for the weekly daily Giz Wiz.
If I could wish